Greetings, fellow action figure connoisseurs, and welcome to another episode of Digital Caveman Presents Star Wars Wednesday. I, as always, am your host, the Digital Caveman, and today I will be presenting you with the Star Wars Micro Galaxy Squadron Bo-Katan's Gauntlet Starfighter. Let's get into it! Let's begin with a look at the packaging. And here we have, it's a nice blister card. Star Wars. Warning, don't stick things in your pie hole that don't belong there. Shows you that the figure fits in the cockpit. There is Bo-Katan. And again, we have that nice premium looking Star Wars Micro Galaxy Squadron all chromed out. And then the ship's name and stuff, Bo-Katan's Gauntlet Fighter, it's all chromed out. It's number 370037. 8 and up on the bottom. Don't give it to babies. Those symbols I'm not going to learn. Jazzware, some small fine legalese print, and a barcode. On this side, Star Wars. On this side, Star Wars, Disney, and some nice artwork featuring the vehicle. On the back, the hollow specs, I guess you could call it, of the vehicle. You can clip and collect those. And it shows you this spins 360, these tilt 180, and it's Bo-Katan's Gauntlet Starfighter, or Starfighter class. It's Bo-Katan's Gauntlet Fighter, Starfighter class. And then we have some nice Albrecht there. Collect them all. There's the cross sale. Snowspeeder, droid tank, and here's some chase vehicles. Ahsoka's Jedi Starfighter, which I'd really love to get my hands on, and an X-Wing, and I'm not sure whose that is. Maybe Wedge. Disney, StarWars.com, Lucasfilm, Micro Galaxy Squadron, and that, my friends, is a look at the packaging. Let's take a look at the figure and the vehicle. And here we have handy dandy tweezers because stuff is small. And here let's have a look at Bo-Katan. And she does have some nice paint apps on there, enough that you can tell that it's a Mandalorian, and for the mold you can tell it's a female Mandalorian, and then from the paint apps you can discern that it is Bo-Katan Kryze. So very nice looking, like the rest of the line. Limited articulation at the shoulders and at the hips. The arms are connected together, so they do move in unison, and they will do a full 360 degrees of rotation there at the shoulder. And then at the hips, the legs, again, they're locked together, but because of the plastic used, it may tear if you try to move one individually. So that's the figure. Let's take a look at the vehicle, and this is in its landing mode. It lands on its engines there because it blasts off, and then it does have this one landing gear here as well, and that one just folds in. It does have a little tab on it, so it's not so difficult to get out. And then the wings are not connected together. They do rotate one at a time, and they go actually that far forward and that far back, and that's as far as they go. Now we do have some nice paint apps on here, and even a little bit of a dirty wash Lots of nice line details. These nice silver areas as well. Lots of little detail in there and on the engines and on the back. So this is just a cool looking vehicle. I never quite understood it, why it had to turn like, you know, this to land, but that's the way it was designed in the Clone Wars. And then it has a very mean looking silhouette there. I mean, even with the windshield there and the canopy or windscreen, whatever you would like to call it. And then it would, oh, it does. This also turns. I've forgotten about that. So that piece turns as well. So it's similar to a B-wing. That it can, you know, it can fly like this through narrow spaces if need be. But I don't know why it can just, you know. But anyway, I'm not a starship designer. It is a kind of a cool feature. So there we have it. We open the canopy up. And we can see that it is a one-seater. So this is the Gauntlet Starfighter, not the drop ship, apparently. But even on the inside there, we have some nice, a few nice molded details. Not a whole lot. You can't really see a whole lot down in there. Anyway, you can see there is a control console there. And just put Bo-Katan in the sitting position and put her into place, and friction pretty much holds her into position. So there we have it, my friends. A look at the figure and the vehicle. It's time for my favorite part of a review, comparisons. And here we have several Micro Galaxy Squadron vehicles. And we'll start off with Bo-Katan's Gauntlet Fighter. Then we have Harrison Dula's A-Wing. Behind that, the Imperial AT-ST, Chicken Walker or Scout Walker, whichever you prefer. Then to the side, we have Obi-Wan Kenobi's Jedi Starfighter, and in the back, Yoda's Jedi Starfighter. For our last comparison, here is the Micro Galaxy Squadron Bo-Katan Gauntlet Starfighter, or Fighter, Gauntlet Fighter, with the Micro Galaxy Squadron Arvala 7 Razor Crest. For final thoughts on the Star Wars Micro Galaxy Squadron Bo-Katan's Gauntlet Fighter, I have to say it's a pretty neat ship. I don't think it's meant to be the drop ship. I hope it's not meant to be the drop ship. I hope we're getting the drop ship, the Mandalorian drop ship, you know, eventually in this line with a few Mandalorians to drop out of it. But I'm not completely familiar with the Mandalorian ships themselves, so again, I hope this is just like a small fighter, sort of like an X-Wing rather than the drop ship. But it does have nice molded details. It does have nice paint apps. It has a nice wash on it. I mean, it's a very nice looking piece, and it looks like what we've seen. Well, that does it for the review. I hope that you enjoyed it. I enjoyed making it. Only support from viewers like you make this programming possible. Each view does count, and I do appreciate each and every single view that I receive. Thank you, and thank you so very, very much for supporting this channel through viewing. Comment below, like, share, subscribe if you'd like to see more reviews or just help the channel out further, or both, that's even better. And don't forget to ding that bell so that in the future you will be notified as my new content becomes available. That's a wrap, folks. I'll see you next time.